Hello, welcome to another episode of
Boys, Booze, and Blood!
I'm George Jug16X.
And I'm Edward, known as the Beloved Freak.
I am the chosen one, the Beta 00.
And today we are doing another segment of Off With Her Head.
How was that?
Now, this is a segment that we pick a character, actress, or actor, or movie, and we just drag the shit out of it.
We're also to film.
We are just going to do the simple grab bag, and I'm going to pick a topic, and we're going to drag it to filth. We're gonna roast the bitch.
Cheers,
So,
sirs.
cheers to whoever's getting the filth.
Yes.
I shall choose, and let us see who we get.
My drum roll. Who is it? Today, George. Come on. Who is it?
Ash Williams.
Yeah. That's what he wanted.
Now, see, I'm not going to be able to talk much throughout this one.
It doesn't matter. You
Ash
can
is my
defend
name.
your point.
Do it.
Okay, so
I chose this one. I put it in the hat because I'm not a big fan of the Evil Dead franchise. I think Ash is annoying as fuck.
I can't relate.
He, in the first movie, he's kind of like the nerd, the like goody two shoes kind of blah blah blah. By the end of the movie, he goes a little crazy and starts like getting some balls and stuff. But then progressively with the movies and the show and whatever, he is just like this extra ass motherfucker that is groovy baby. Oh, shut the fuck up. Like I cannot deal. It's like, how did you become this all of a sudden? And in this last show, he's like the cool guy with like the saw hand, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, bitch, you were the nerd in the first one. You did not come all this way just to be the cool guy who has a saw for a hand. It's annoying as fuck to me. And that's why I chose him.
Do you think it's fan service then?
Huh?
Fan service? You think
Fan service.
Yeah.
I
for building up the character?
I want you to go. I want you to go
I think-
movie by movie
movie
and explain it.
I
No, because
can't-
I'm gonna do the rebuttal.
I can't really go movie by movie because I've only watched all of them once. And I saw the show, the first season,
Yeah.
and I stopped watching because of him. He annoyed the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to do the rebuttal, so I'm gonna let you guys do the roast,
Rebuttal is
and
good.
then I'm gonna do the
Rebuttal
rebuttal.
is good,
So
but yeah.
go ahead.
I have
Do what
not
you
much
gotta
to
do.
say about Ash. I love Ash, actually.
So
it's only you, bitch.
But,
yeah.
but it does get a little kooky. It's a little over the top, which it could go both ways. Some of it, I like. This is the thing about the Evil Dead movies. Whoa, hello. I don't know what that was, but anyway, it's a ghost of the most. My thing with the Evil Dead is that I wish it did take a bit of a serious tone.
A serious tone
which
would
is
have been
where.
perfect.
Because I think this is where I love the remake a
The
little
remake,
more.
yes.
Because it was a little out there and over the top, but it took its gore and its horror
Seriously, yes.
And that's what I kind of wanted. Because let's be honest, the first Evil Dead, it was not intentionally supposed to be funny, and it was funny. It was over the top, kooky. It was corny here and there.
It was corny.
But then the second one, it was on board with that. And it
Yeah.
knew what it was.
Yeah.
And that's where it made it more of a comedy than a horror.
The first one I understand is the first time you're doing the movie. You don't know
Low
what's gonna happen.
budget.
It's low budget. I get it.
And that's part of the charm.
But then there's fucking 2 movies after that and a whole TV show, which does not. It's not cohesive with the first one to me. Army of Darkness. I love the movie. I love the tone. I don't like this character at all because it wasn't what it was originally intended to be.
yeah.
Ash at the beginning was, like I said, the goody two shoes, the nerd, the maybe the most intelligent one.
Not
out
the
of the
badass
group.
that they made him to be.
Yes, but he turned into this like sarcastic little one-liner kind of asshole that I just don't get and don't agree with.
I feel like, yeah, like I think Army of Darkness and the show, that's one side of Ash.
Yes.
And the first two, it's a different Ash. So I feel like there's 2 completely different Ashes. It could be the different eras or whatever, but I feel like the tone are completely different.
To me, there's no like character growth. There's no reason for you to be all this cocky motherfucker when. First,
That's not who you were.
Did
That's
the
not who you
sister
are.
die? Was that the sister?
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, where did you get all these balls when your sister just fucking died in front of you? Wouldn't you be like a little more sad, a little more serious about what's happening? Why are you this one-liner fucking groovy motherfucker? Like, I don't get it.
I just like I said, I just think it's a lot of fan service that they might have done because a lot of because
Think
if
so? You think the
well,
fans asked for this? Okay, George. Yeah, he pointed at George, by the way.
Sorry, you didn't see that. But when the Evil Dead remake came about, they're like, they better not make Ash. They better not remake Ash. They better not recast
And they
him.
didn't, and that's good.
They paid respect to Ash because
and that's why I like
this
one more. Yeah,
exactly.
I like the remake is more serious, more hardcore horror.
Yeah. So I just think because a lot of fans cherish Ash and they didn't want him to be recast or remade or reimagined, whatever you want to call it. I think that's why they made him like that. Like, oh, the fans gonna love him. I'm gonna make him to a badass. Everyone's gonna love him and kind of look up to him, kind of situation.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to it. I'm okay with it. I kind of enjoyed the show.
Yeah. Okay.
But like the movies,
did you see all the seasons?
I didn't see the season 2.
Okay.
Or 3. I just saw the first one. I have them.
I tried. I was like, okay, I'm a horror fan.
Yeah.
This is an iconic series. I have to watch it. Let me see what's happening. I saw the first season. I was like, first of all, not only Ash is fucking annoying, fucking Pedro and the other bitch were annoying as fuck. So I couldn't deal with it.
And have you read your piece? Is that your piece?
That's my piece. I'm sorry.
So do you want to
You
defend
ready
it?
for my rebuttal?
Let's
No,
rebuttal.
we wanna
Let's
hear it.
rebuttal.
All right.
I'm the middle
First
person,
of
though.
all, bitch. Everyone knows the first one was a low budget first movie type horror movie. It was experimental.
What does
okay,
that, what does that have to do with
He's
the
speaking,
Let me
Let's see.
speak, bitch. Okay, first of all, first movie, it was a serious tone. Now, playful, yes. Okay, everyone thought it was playful, but it was a more serious horror movie. But think about the time. It was fucking late 70s, like low budget, everything.
I don't
now,
understand how that's
when you
not
go
the-
to Evil Dead 2, doesn't make sense in continuity. Everyone knows that. It's a reimagining.
Okay.
Now, they played on the camp factor. Camp factor was everything, and that's where his persona went up. Because it's just like, it was a campy movie. They're like, okay, fuck it. Just make the character more, iconic in that sense. So, they just, he did his one-liners, everything. That's where he got the chainsaw hand.
Do you like that?
I actually liked, in retrospect, I was always a fan of Evil Dead 1. But Evil Dead 2 was campier. That's what kind of made the character. And so, to me, it was one of my favorites just because it's better in that sense. And so when Army of Darkness came about, he wrote it in the theme of Monty Python. Now, I don't know, you guys don't know what Monty Python is.
Totally. I know
exactly.
Monty Python.
And it was intentionally funny. To me, that was kind of the origins of horror comedy. Because it's just like, it was demons, possession, zombies, whatever you want to call it. But, it was kind of comedic. And so that's where Sam Raimi was like, okay, fuck it. Because Bruce Campbell became a household name because of that.
Yeah.
You saw him in the Spider-Man movies. He was a comedic
He was in all of them.
In all of them, he was a comedic character, So that's where Evil Dead 2 kind of just did that. And I love Evil Dead 2 for that scene where that whole house was possessed and that the deer was just fucking laughing.
Yeah,
everywhere in the house
was actually
laughing.
kind of creepy.
It was creepy. It's
But
just like it fucks with your mind,
honey.
Oh,
you're
God.
not. We're talking about Ash, the character.
Exactly,
We're not
but the
talking
point is,
about
the film
movies.
itself.
Yeah,
He grew with that movie where it's just like this character is, one in the house dealing with all these demons. Of course, it's gonna be just. I don't know. It's just he played up on the cool factor.
You think he went like cuckoo?
Of course, I'm sure he went cuckoo, but like he played up on the cool factor. Like he's cool character. Now, Army of Darkness, he kind of already had that persona, and he just ran with it. To me, Army of Darkness is an entertaining movie. I loved it.
We're not
It was
talking
fucking funny.
about the movie.
I know. I'm talking about him, bitch. Okay.
No, you said that was
him
an
as a
entertaining
character
movie.
is entertaining. He's.
Okay.
It's like I said. It's a persona.
Okay.
So he's Ash. By that time, he already coined the groovy all that shit. Like he ran with it. That was his shtick. Like fans love it. I'm gonna fucking go with it.
So you agree with his growth?
Exactly.
From
of
the
course,
first
I
movie
agree.
to the show.
Because I don't think he would have went that route if it were not for Evil Dead 2. The way Evil Dead 2 was written and shot, so campiness, that's where the character transcended.
Well, I think that's where the film found its success, and that's where
I think so.
That's where they
people
found the
love-
shtick. That's how Bruce Campbell found the shtick as
Exactly.
Ash.
If it was
and
not for Evil
not
Dead
to
2,
be mistaken, I love Bruce Campbell. I think
He's
his
hysterical.
portrayal is good. I'm talking about the character itself.
Well, that's why I think he
Yeah.
kind of modeled a character from that movie. If it were not for, let's just say Evil Dead 2 were a more serious tone.
Yeah.
I don't
Which
think,
I wish
I
it
don't.
would've.
I don't think it would have gone that route because it played on the campiness. His character went with it.
But I don't think so because the character changed in 1. Like in Evil Dead 1 is where he did the whole changing thing.
Maybe
like,
that's his method
at the end, but
because I will give you this.
with it.
When Bruce Campbell does the shock factor and the facial expressions, it's much like you're like look at a comedic character. So
in retrospective, the character's he's not consistent.
He's not consistent.
I think that's where he's coming from.
Yes,
is that?
But the thing is, people, and here's the thing: it's all up to audience interpretation, because I don't count Evil Dead 1 as part of the series.
You have to. It's a
whole. It's a whole
but
series.
See, even I struggle with that. That kind of fucks me up a bit, just because Evil Dead is so serious to me, where Evil Dead 2 doesn't go with it.
But I don't even think Evil Dead is serious.
To me, they don't connect.
I don't think the first one is serious at all.
I feel like
there's parts.
We have 4 different versions of Ash.
Yeah.
And that's where
yes.
That's
oh my god, you hit it right on the nail.
There's 4 different versions of him where it doesn't feel consistent. There's I feel like every movie it's an experimentation with the character.
Yeah.
Without being a natural growth. Because
yes.
the first one, it tried to be serious, but it came off as very hokey and all. So they're like, okay, they were laughing at the movie a little bit, so let's play along and make the second one very campy. That's why it's kind of reimagining.
Totally.
So they changed Ash's character from the first one to the second one, where the second one was, to me, was a complete comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
No, I agree. Second one was
comedy
more
horror.
funny to me.
The scariest part of the second one was the deer laughing.
But, and again, that's amazing practical effects.
Yeah,
But we're not
I
talking
love
about
that
movies.
shit. Trust me,
But-
I'm there.
But that's the thing is that with Ash is that the first one he was playing a little bit more serious in a way, but it came off as comedic. So the second one came off a little bit more of the campiness. Let's make the Evil Dead this version a little more funnier, so everyone, instead of laughing at it, they're laughing with it, and we get along. Like they get where the humor's coming from. We know
Even the practical effects, I think, played on the comic.
We're not fucking talking about it.
You know, bitch. Esta pendeja, like.
Well, to be fair, like the chainsaw on Ash is pretty cool.
Exactly, but like I said, the thing is, I consider the first one and the second one totally separate movies. But that's just me personally. That's a lot of people.
All of them are separate movies.
But unfortunately, this is where we're talking about the character. You have to You have to take into consideration.
Yeah,
it's like saying
it's the same character.
Look, it's like saying.
I agree and disagree only because the character is it's the same character, but the thing is, it's just he's never been to the cabin before.
George, okay, let me simplify for you. Think of it as Sydney from all the Scream 4 movies, all 4 Scream movies. You cannot take out she counts in part 1, part 3, and part 4, but not part 2.
Yeah.
Or you can say she counts in part 2, part 3, and part 4, but you can't count part 1. You have to consider it because
it's the same cabin, but he's acting in the second one. He's acting like he's never been there before, and he's not going with friends. He's going with a girlfriend.
Well, I think, but if it comes off as he's already been there though.
Not really. No,
kind of.
I wouldn't go there. No. I have not seen these movies in a while, but
it still plays off for the first one though.
He
returns to the cabin.
Yes,
he's returning to.
They're
the cabin.
not erasing the first one. They're still acknowledging it,
but it's a different tone.
Yeah,
but it's like, oh boy, here's that book again. He didn't say that shit. Like he fucking read from the book and See, like I said, to me it's different, but I feel like because of Evil Dead 2, he propelled that character. So they wrote the character as a more comedic person. Now, look, I'll be honest. I didn't see the 3rd season of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Okay, I watched 1 or 2 episodes. I stopped just because I thought, okay, it's not going a good route. Now,
why wasn't it going in a good route?
Because I feel like
it was on the verge of being canceled.
I think the story it was on the verge of being canceled. Stars wasn't there for it. The first season was good.
Yeah.
Second one was okay, but then after that second season, they were like, okay, maybe not. So now, the reason Ash vs. Evil Dead was doing so well is just because they played upon that Ash character as comedic.
It's also
so that's what it worked in favor.
I think if he would have always been like that, I would have been okay with it.
Even
though he annoys it, but he's not.
So from 2 onward, you agree he's more of a comedic character. Mm-hmm. So your issue lies within the first one.
But still, I still think he's annoying.
No,
comedic or not.
To me, from my assumption is that he's not a fully realized character. He's
not.
He's like I said, there's different versions of him.
Yeah.
But we could say, I like this version, I like that version. But if you're talking about as a whole, it doesn't add up. And that's where I feel like that's where you're not seeing. You're saying, but part 1 is different from part 2. But you have to see it as, you have to include part 1. So how would you see it? How would you see it? If you include part 1 with the rest of them, Do you agree? It's not consistent.
It isn't consistent.
There you go. That's what he wanted.
That's what I'm
That's it.
saying. No,
That's
but I am also saying, like, if he would have been this groovy guy since the first one, he would still be annoying to me.
See, the only reason I see it's inconsistent is just because of the storyline itself. But like I said, that's the disconnect between 1 and 2.
But I know, but that's why we're talking about the character, not the movies.
I know. The character, to me, changes only in the second one. That's the only change I see. The first one, I still see him as serious.
Yeah.
Okay? Because even the ending is just... He
plays it a little bit serious, but the tone of the movie...
The tone, yeah.
Yeah.
At the end,
that was the...
Groovy.
But I think that was the... that was the unintentional tone of the first one. Maybe that's what drove Sam Raimi to write. The second one is more of a horror comedy. So he's like, fuck it, I'll change the character too. Make more... Like I said, and like... Bruce Campbell just ran with it, you know?
I'm thankful for that, because I love over-the-top Bruce Campbell.
Exactly. I think it works better. I don't think he would have worked better as a serious character.
But this is where I separate it. As a character, he's inconsistent. But as an actor, I love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, for sure. I love Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell's a great actor.
But and then with the first season of the series, because they just used, let's use full campy Ash, like, you know, playful, stupid, whatever. It worked well because with the other supporting characters, they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with him?"
Yeah,
like,
I totally
it worked well, and it's just I like the series, the first season anyhow, just because they played the camp factor. Gore was amazing. It's just they ran with it. Like what I loved about Evil Dead 2 is just like they sprayed blood in his face. Like he's it's kind of like slapstick comedy.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I love that.
The slapstick comedy worked well with the character. I think that's why they ran with it. So. I get what you're saying about the first one. You wanted him to be a more serious character, but I don't think he would be as popular if he was serious.
I'm talking about all of them, not just one.
I'm talking about all of them too. If he was serious throughout the whole fucking movies, I don't think it would have even reached Army of Darkness.
So, what's your favorite version of Ash? Out of all of them?
It's a good question. I would say Army of Darkness, just because it's just he's fully realized badass. He's there. You know, he played the comedy, like, you know, he was fucking this medieval bitch, and she's like, you laid with me, and you talk serious. He goes, oh, that was pillow talk, baby. Like, you know, he knew who he was, and he just ran fucking with it. And like I said, there was a lot of slapstick comedy. I love Army of Darkness. I thought that shit was fucking funny. And as a horror movie, not so much. It's more of a horror comedy.
Yeah.
So it's like, that kind of Ash wasn't Ash versus Evil Dead. Like, it was good. It worked well. Especially with the practical effects that they did, the amount of production in that show was good. I'm glad they did it. Short lived, but they just propelled this character even more. I think I kind of agree. I like Ash vs. Evil Dead a little bit more, just because he's a little bit more fully realized, and I think making it into a series, you could get more in depth with his character. Mm-hmm. And because I'm not gonna lie, he's an idiot. He is. Yeah. He's an idiot with a chainsaw. He's an idiot with a chainsaw, but like. At the end of the day, I feel like ultimately, you know? I would watch the Evil Dead movies, the original ones, for Bruce Campbell. You know what I mean? He could, like... I'll admit, I haven't seen him in, like, about maybe a year or two, so... That's fair. But, like I said, Bruce Campbell, I feel like he's the reason why we watch these movies. No, I will tell him this in person in Texas. Woo! I will tell him this in person. I'll be like, you know what? As... people say you're campy as fuck, it worked well. He's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? No one's in denial about that. Yeah. No one's in denial about the campiness.
Cheers to Texas.
No, I'm cheersing to Bruce Campbell. Fuck you.
But you know what? Cheers. But I think we appreciate Bruce Campbell for his campiness. Yeah. But we're just, in regards to what Beto's saying, is the overall arc of the character.
Yeah, I'm talking specifically character.
Like he's not pinpointing like this one movie or this show. Yeah. He's talking as a whole.
I'll watch the movies. The movies are fun for sure.
Think of it. Okay, you gotta think of it as a whole rainbow kind of thing. Yeah, here. Of course. You can't just talk about this. You can't just talk about that. Or just this. The character. It has to be the whole thing. And
to review an inconsistent character.
Yeah, that's all it is.
To me, he's annoying.
And that's the reason why we're kind of... the roast why his name was in there, I think, is because the character is inconsistent. There's different versions of him. But as opposed to George, he's beloved because Bruce Campbell's an amazing
Tell us what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Give us the good points, the bad points. Tell us everything.
But in this segment, off with his head.
Off with his head! Goodbye, guys!